All right. So if you read the financial media, wow, I mean, you'd be super depressed all the time because these folks, I mean, they just focus on problems, crises. I mean, there's just nothing, there's just no hope in there. There's no optimism in there. There's no positivity in there. And, the thing is, while there's plenty of things that are terrible that are going on, there's no question about that. Still, I have to say there are solutions out there too. And so in this video, I want to tell you about three big problems that you're reading about in the financial media, three solutions, and I'm going to tell you how our portfolios address these companies through specific stocks that have real world answers, scalable answers that are ready to go, silver bullets ready to go right now to address the problems that you are seeing as a result of obviously the war that is going on, then the supply chain issues, and then even things that, that COVID brought out. All right, but let's quickly get through these, all right? So the number one thing that you're seeing in the financial media is high oil prices. Oh my God, gasoline is at $4, $5, oil is at 110, dollars, and maybe we may not have supply, all these things. And all of you already know, hey, EVs, they are ready to go. They have been in that slowly part of change, and now they're in that suddenly hockey stick moment. And Tesla sold out for 1 year, and my guess is that every car maker, if they had hundreds of thousands of EVs that they could sell, they could probably sell them. The other solution to high energy prices is renewable energy. I mean, solar power in particular, implementation of new energy sources like hydrogen, which are things that we know how to do and scale up. And then the last one is using storage, because one of the issues with renewable power that we have to solve is that the sun only shines for a certain time of the day. Then there's the issue on, cloudy days, you don't get energy. So you need some form of storage. And we now have lots of different kinds of batteries that, once again, the technology is right, they're scalable. We can adopt them, we can implement them in answer to the issues associated with high energy prices. And for sure, high energy prices are going to get to electricity as well. So if we implement and adopt this, we can go back and actually start to roll inflation back, roll prices back. And the companies associated with this from our Profits Unlimited portfolio, and for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to focus on Profits Unlimited. EVs, we got Tesla. For alternative renewable energies, we got Plug Power, and then STEM, which coordinates all of the storage power. So just within those three companies, we've got this opportunity that is about to experience its hockey stick moment. Tesla's already at the hockey stick moment. However, STEM and Plug Power, they're about to go. They're about to go because we're going to start substituting for all of these carbon-based fuels right now, not in the future, right now. We're going to scale up, and these stocks, I believe, are going to rock it up, just absolutely rock it up. All right, problem number two that you're reading about in the media as if things are hopeless and we got no chance, no hope, is high food prices. And people talk about fertilizers, food, and it's also eventually going to get to protein prices. So what can we do about that? Well, vertical farming is actually an innovation that we've been working on for 20 years. I mean, it used to be called aquaponics and hydroponics. We just integrated all of that, added LED lighting, added algorithms, artificial intelligence, so as to be able to give plants the exact amount of light that they need when they need it, give them the amount of water that they need, put them in conditions where you don't have bugs, you don't have all of these issues, and boom, you get way bigger yields. Like every research paper I've read suggests that we can actually increase our yields by some unthinkable number, like 5, 10 times what we currently do from traditional farming. That's right, 5 or 10 times greater, massive. So vertical farming, ready, willing, able to go right now where we can start to scale up vertical farms. We don't need land. We can put empty warehouses. We can fill them up. We can put buildings up. I can tell you that lots of folks that I know are starting to put little vertical farms in their houses to grow vegetables and fruit. And we're expanding this technology into more and more crops. In fact, I tweeted out a paper that talked about how much we could increase the yield of vertically farmed wheat, which, as you know, is the one that's being talked about as a big deal at this moment. So the second place is synthetic protein. We know how to synthesize protein without needing a farm and animals and feeding them and then having to slaughter them. We can just have a plant put up where we manufacture protein, where we just need to put up more of these plants. And you know the companies that we're in Profits Unlimited. We've got Growth Generation and we've got Beyond Meat that address these issues. These are technologies, companies that are ready to go right now. They don't have to be worked on. Their technologies are mature, they're ready, and you can go and you can implement this solution today. And I'm telling you that when people look back at this period, 1, 2, 3 years from now, people will see that people went out and started to take action. And you could take action because the technologies were ready. When you went to implement it, you got those increase in yields. You were able to produce at much lower costs. So it acted as a substitute for what we used to do. And that is the basis of innovation. That's the basis of disruption. That's the basis of innovation. Right. Third problem that you're reading about, which really is something that's been ongoing now for about a year, which is the supply chain issues. I mean, or what I would call broken globalization. In other words, for 30 years, we've been sort of like looking to like push out our production to more and more and more and more different places where we produce each part in a different country. And then, they've got to be assembled and assembled again, and then finally put together and then shipped finally to the end market. It's just too much. It's just too much. We just can't handle it. And it took a crisis like COVID to show us that this supply chain was breaking, and really is unsustainable long term, which in turn has driven a second issue for us at home and in the United States, which is that we have a labor shortage. In other words, we have been sort of pushing out our labor to places like Mexico, China, and other places. And then boom, when you broke the supply chain and you have broken globalization, you create a labor shortage. And the thing is that we're ready for this as well. I mean, we've got solutions, and great, awesome, incredible, amazing solutions. We have autonomy. So let's say, one of the big issues is finding enough truck drivers to drive tractor trailers and semis. Well, I'll tell you what, they have been working on autonomy, especially on highways, for like a decade now. And this technology is ready to go. And our regulators, seeing that we need this technology to come in and step in, they're moving it along to be like, hey, sooner rather than later, you are going to see trucks on the highway where there are no drivers, because this is safe. It can be done very easily, and it's actually safer than what we currently do. And this is a technology that is absolutely 100% ready to go. The other one is robotics. I mean, we have now really been working on robots to be able to do repetitive things that most human beings don't enjoy doing. And now, being that we have a labor shortage, there's no reason for them to be doing it. We can now substitute that labor with a robot where it will stack a pallet or, fetch things and put them into a cart. These things robots can do, and they can do it consistently again and again and again. And the final one is 3D printing. And, I'm not going to go into this because I've talked a lot about 3D printing. 3D printing allows you to make things locally, customize it. You don't need the big batch sizes. And also, you don't need a lot of whatever material, whether it be a metal or plastic. It just reduces the amount of what you need. And we've got companies in our portfolio that really have all of these solutions that are absolutely scalable, commercial, ready to go. And when people look back 1, 2, 3 years from now, they're like, whoa, that was so obvious. I wish I had bought that company, because it's going to be hundreds of percent higher. In my judgment, remember, this channel is opinion, not advice. So the companies we've got in our portfolio, Too Simple, UiPath, Matterport, 3D Systems, Stratasys, Protolabs. I mean, you look at our portfolio in Profits Unlimited, and you can extend it to all of our services. I mean, Extreme Fortunes, Trumentum, secret portfolio, I mean, we've got solution after solution that is phenomenal, amazing, incredible, and most importantly, ready to go. Ready to go, not tomorrow, not next week, not next year. Now, right now, today, you can go ahead, get these technologies and start to scale up so as to be able to address the problems of today. And this is why, even though stock prices in 2022 and late 2021 suggested that, you know, technology companies somehow, because interest rates are going to rise, there's some major problem. Those folks were wrong. They were 100% wrong. They're 1,000% wrong. And the folks that stayed in our stocks, stayed in these innovation, America 2.0, fourth industrial revolution, disruption stocks, our time is coming. It's nearly here. We're going to have big, big gains because our companies, our stocks, the technologies that they have, they represent the solution to all the things that you are reading about that are a big problem. And these solutions have decades of scale, decades of efficiencies, and decades where they can keep lowering the prices, where they can make more and more for less. And so I am nothing but very, very bullish, very, very optimistic, and very, very positive on our stocks and our companies. I believe we're going to make big money. So be strong hands. And if you like this video, come back next week. I'll have another one. Until then, this is Paul saying bye.